And now I'd like to invite you to take a moment to pause and think about some moments that brought you here to this day. David, maybe what comes up for you is the first time you laid eyes on Madeline and realized you were looking at the most beautiful girl you've ever met. That's a direct quote. Or it's the moment you realized just how compassionate and caring she is. Madeline, maybe it's the first time David cooked for you. Or the first time he cheered you up with his goofy personality. Now take a moment to dream about the future and what it might hold for you too.
You know, there's so many stories about my brother that I could say today, about who he is as a person and how much he cares about his family and everyone he loves. But one story in particular, I think truly represents who he is. About 10 years ago, my dad, my brother, and I had plans to go to a Detroit Lions football game, and if you know me, I was just so damn excited. But a couple hours before the game, my dad really got sick and had to go to the ambulance. And being 12 years old at the time, you know, I was scared. In that moment, my brother, at 20 years old, saw his younger brother, and, you know, he looked at him and he put everything aside in the world, and he said, "Hey man, like, we're gonna go to this game, we're gonna have the best time." And, you know, he made me feel like nothing was going on in the world. You've always been there for Katie and I, and you know, it's tough to be there for your older sibling because you've always been out there watching out for us. So, Maddie, you know, I'm just so incredibly happy that my brother has you in his life.
As Maddie met David, and I got to watch their love blossom from the early stages and learn from her what like true, deep, respectful love looked like. And David learned early on that we were a package deal. He loved and embraced every part of Maddie. Anyone who has gotten to know Maddie knows she's as kind as can be, as patient as they come, and always has the best of intentions.
We met David very early on, and ever since we met, David has felt like part of our family and a second son to me. And you couldn't ask for a whole lot more for your daughter. I mean, if Amy and I had to hand pick someone, you know, it would be someone like David.
I don't know if I could read this out loud. Sorry. Never before I met you could I believe in true love, soulmates, or a perfect partnership. And yet I sit here hours before my wedding, our wedding, and I have it all. You constantly make me feel like the luckiest man alive. And when I struggle with feeling unworthy of this beautiful life we share, it's your positivity and beautiful soul I draw on to remind myself everything is all right. How you make me feel, Maddie, is hard to put into words. The joy you've brought into my life brings me to tears every time I think of it.
You know my struggle, my lonesome, wretched heart. You know the things I've done. It must be love.
Promise before God
And before our family and friends.
and before our family and friends
To share my life with you.
to share my life with you,
To encourage you daily.
to encourage you daily,
To love and to honor you.
to love and to honor you,
Through joy and sorrow.
through joy and sorrow,
In sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health.
I give you myself.
I give you myself
As long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
faster when I run away.
Already emotional.
Love's running fast.
I wasn't even
Getting
sure if you were gonna
stressed
Every
cry.
mistake,
Kidding me? You crying all
every
day.
disaster
Word.
when I run away.